Welcome to the Waiting List podcast. Tell us a story.
It's like many things you start building from scratch.
And then I'm like, wait, I really do like watches because
you've seen so many watches that makes you excited.
I think I really do like watches.
Yeah. I think it's a great way to see if you are a watch enthusiast.
Hi guys, welcome back. Well, thanks for joining us today, Oscar. I've actually been looking forward to doing this interview because I've actually heard your name come up so many times, and it's nice to kind of put a face to your name. I know you and Dan were friends first, so it'll be interesting to see at the end of this whether, Dan, you learn anything new about Oscar.
Totally, because I would say I don't know you wholly that well, except I've met you a few times, obviously. I think probably about 5 to 10 times, something like that.
5 times maybe in total?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 times.
All right.
And I would say,
but
what I do is get
this might be the 5th time.
Is good vibes from you all the time. Like,
that's cool.
I'm very comfortable being with him, and it's like someone you know when you know you're going to click with. Yeah.
Because I've met Oscar just this moment, and very chill guy, and someone that you can kind of bond well with about watches and anything really. So it's pretty cool.
Cool.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
All right, let's begin. So, hate to put you on the spot, because it sounds like a weird question, but what are you famous for? I know you were on the cover of Prestige recently. So what are you actually famous for?
Oh, shit. Okay. Because I haven't read the question, so you put me on the spot for sure. I'd probably say I'm not very famous, but to be very honest, it's my mother who's famous. So she's a famous director, actress, singer. So I guess because of her, people know me since I was a kid.
Okay.
I'm probably just known for being an entrepreneur, being in the design industry, fashion, lifestyle industry.
So I got a question on from that, because it's something that I don't think any of us will ever experience here, which is, what is it like to live in like the shadow of a parent who's that successful?
Okay, so well, back in the day, I assume something that's quite interesting that nobody will feel is just the amount of paparazzi or people that come up to kind of interfere with your normal life. Moving around Hong Kong, especially back in the day, wasn't too convenient. But she's not like a so-called celebrity in the sense everyone's like going nuts, like icons.
Yeah.
She was more of a very well-known performer. So people would be very more polite. People would stop her in her tracks, more polite. And then that's before social media. So I assume back in the day, if she had social media, it'd probably go even more nuts. But thankfully, it didn't happen.
But how was it for you?
Yeah.
So for me, I didn't really understand what was going on.
Oh, okay.
So because she was in entertainment, I shied away from entertainment.
Okay.
Since I was a kid. That's why I became an entrepreneur or a businessman, because somehow I see all the different components in the entertainment industry. And I felt that being the businessman or being the entrepreneur would be the ultimate goal, even if in the future, if I wanted to step back into entertainment.
Right.
What I find curious is usually the children or the child normally follows the parents' footsteps, or is it normally like reverse for certain aspects in like the celebrity life?
It's quite common for most kids to want to follow the footsteps, but because it becomes a little too easy or comfortable, a lot of them end up being overshadowed by the parents.
Yeah.
Some obviously find their own path that is probably very different. Like some might be like they might have a famous father who's an actor, and then he becomes a famous director. He might be a famous singer instead of, those seem to be common.
So do you get recognized on the streets nowadays?
No, not at all. Yeah, I maybe they do, but because I'm not famous in that aspect, people won't approach me. So
okay, but if you do get recognized, or you're at a group gathering or a party, and people know who you are, right? Is this something that makes you feel flattered, or are you like, oh, this is a curse kind of feeling?
To be really honest, I don't notice these things because
Okay.
I'm not very I'm very observant
Yeah.
with my surroundings, but
Mhm.
I don't think so much about what people think of me
Okay.
or
Okay.
if I'm famous or not.
I can say it's good.
Yeah,
Like,
because it's
when
just
I
more
met
easy, you know.
when I met you, to be honest, I didn't know who you were.
Yeah.
I didn't know who your mum was. When someone told me, because people do, you probably, this is what you're not aware of.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
People will name drop, right?
Oh,
And then
okay.
I was like, I still don't know who she is, right?
Yeah.
It was something
Yeah.
that I had to Google, right?
Yeah.
But then I was
Mhm.
really conscious, like, so what? You know, like,
Yeah.
he's still a guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Let's retrack a bit. So you go down your own path. You become an entrepreneur. So you're currently juggling a few businesses, right? You have a talent agency. You're in creative branding and F&B. Is there anything I'm missing?
Yeah, the creative branding as in like designing,
Mhm.
doing installation, artwork,
Okay.
commission, doing different pieces for luxury brands, I guess.
So
right
that
now.
came first. The art. And
Actually,
yeah.
from the start, I did interior design. That was
Okay.
my. That's what I studied.
Mhm.
So I was very into spatial design. I was into
Okay.
sculpting.
Okay.
I was very into three-dimensional spatial stuff.
Mhm.
And then slowly I moved into creative marketing. So it's super simple. To me, it's simple because of
Yeah.
how I was brought up or the connections I have. It's to help brands enter China, to connect them with the right celebrities to
All
endorse the
right.
products. And because I'm very connected
Mhm.
in the scene, so
Mhm.
it was easy for me to build bridges.
Okay.
And now more and more brands started coming over asking for these services.
Yeah.
It became a very natural thing. So from then it extended into maybe I should have some artists that
Yeah.
are managed by me.
Yeah.
And then we had that. And then we started creating brands. So
Okay.
right now our core focus is to have our own homegrown Chinese-made brands, whether it's jewelry to fashion,
Mhm.
anything lifestyle. It could be recycle, furniture,
Mhm.
lifestyle brand. Yeah.
So I mean, like, this is something that we've spoken about before. I know I've had this conversation with you, Alex, because you're into like all this menswear stuff, and you're saying like, oh, that's a Chinese company, you know, that looks, you know, like it's not there, right?
Mhm.
But then I think now, let's say you've met
Oscar.
you probably feel, damn, actually, he knows what he's doing, right?
Yeah, he does. It's very
because
spot
he's-
on.
yeah.
I'm actually kind of curious. So going back to in the beginning, you were asking these, well, I would say friends, right? Like, hey, help me out. I'm trying to bring this in. Can you be the face of it? So back then, it's like you're going to them as friends, right? So where do you draw the line with, okay, we got to sign a contract. This needs to be in black and white. Like, how does it work?
Oh, everything is signed in black and white, actually.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
brands, when they come in, all the friends get paid full. The friends want to do it. It's not
Okay.
like I'm forcing you to do
Okay.
anything. Because once you get on these campaigns that we do, you're obviously going to be one
Yeah.
of the top stars in the country.
Mhm.
So it's something that I think is very fair. But of course, when there's personal stuff, I have to, pull that favor and
Okay.
be fair to my friends.
Okay.
Are you able to name a few of your work that you've been able to do? Because I'd love to hear more about that.
So Beats was my first client. So 5 years ago when Apple acquired them, they entered China, and then me and my partner Brandon, we were doing this together. And I think the first campaign was Angela Baby, JJ Lin, and then it's been 5 years. So Chris Wu, and any ones you see in terms of the big scale, like you've probably seen it on like YouTube or in the streets somewhere. It's probably done by our company.
It's like
Very
what, like
impressive.
Lu Hai and KFC.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah,
I mean,
Signed with KFC.
yeah, he's the main face for KFC.
All right,
So
chill out. She's dying
I'm
for KFC.
thinking- yeah,
Can you
I'm
sort
dying
out
for
some free KFC then?
I can.
She
You need
I-
perks. You must get some perks.
Can't
Yeah.
afford KFC, guys.
Yeah, actually, I haven't had KFC in a while, but
Nice.
I would like it. So KFC, Pizza Hut, those. If you
Cool.
live in
Yeah.
China and
Yeah.
you walk around,
Yeah.
you probably see a lot of
Okay.
faces.
I'm not sure if you can discuss this, but this is not even on my questions, but I'm genuinely curious about this. When you go and discuss, say, with like Chris Wu's agent, like, hey, he's gonna endorse. Sorry, it's Luhan, right? Luhan for KFC, right? So
Yeah.
let's say you're talking to Luhan's agent, and you're like, hey, does he want to do KFC? Will the agent come back to you and be like, nah, that's not very good for his image. Like, it's gonna make him look like he's unhealthy. Is this stuff that you guys discuss? Like
KFC is it's a sensitive case because it's such a big brand, and in China at least, endorsing KFC or being the face for KFC means you're an A-lister.
Okay.
In some sense.
Okay.
But in the U.S., you wouldn't dream of an A-lister endorsing KFC.
Yeah.
So
that's
it's more
cool.
like
I didn't know that.
lifestyle. So
yeah.
Without going too deep into diet, it's more of a brand image. And KFC is localized so well in terms of the food options you get. You get Zhou, you get
and then the bean. Yeah,
it's becoming more of a lifestyle, and they've rebranded to be younger, trendier. Therefore, these type of conversations do run with some other celebrities in terms of the health, and
all right.
some guys just refuse to do it no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's understandable.
Okay, so of all the businesses, which one do you actually enjoy the most?
The brand building, the creative, for sure. Like coming up with concepts, coming up with strategies, creating my own brand finally. I mean, me and Austin have been working on it for a while now, so we're trying to finally finalize these little details.
Okay.
Best of luck with that.
Yeah.
Sorry, best of luck with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
For people listening, Austin is basically Harloop, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He actually told me to say that you're fat.
But I'm not.
Yeah, last night he called me and he said, I'm doing this thing with Oscar tomorrow. And he was like, okay, tell him he's fat.
Okay, yeah, that's
and
our
I said,
thing.
like, but he's not that fat. And he goes, yeah, but just tell him anyway.
Okay.
Quirky joke, maybe.
Yeah. I call him Michelin Man, so let's not...
Well, I've got to say, Austin, when it talks to being fat, he shouldn't really be drawing any attention to that.
So you're obviously very creative, right? Was it something you were really aware of, like growing up?
Yeah, I think I was naturally quite creative. I was very quick in thinking about stuff or visually stimulate, like things visually stimulate me very easily.
Okay.
And it's just like crazy stuff starts like popping in my head.
Right.
But because I have the business aspect of it, it kind of makes me more sane sometimes.
Okay.
Because if I'm in like this crazy creative, what do you call that? Like once I go off, like crazy shit just comes in my brain and I can't stop it when it's quite intense.
How do you get into that zone, actually?
So,
like, when do these ideas come to you, right? Yeah.
No, not at all. Funny enough, sometimes it's just when I'm sitting, taking a dump.
Yeah, I was just about to say, taking a dump.
So, you see, because you always kill me for that.
No. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you always kill me. She's like, Dan's taking a dump. Dan's dropping the kids off at school. I said, like, yeah, I've got to drop some kids off to the swimming pool later. You know, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I actually find my most creative is essentially like what you said, having a dump, or actually when I'm in the shower.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But your showers are so short.
Yeah.
Huh?
Because you're to yourself.
Yeah.
That's how you find inner peace. Or I mean, I'm dying to try that flotation thing, right?
I've tried it.
Yeah.
Like, do you have motion sickness?
No.
Okay. If you have any bit of like motion sickness in you, like halfway you're just like, oh my god, I'm dying. Like you feel like puking. Yeah. It's good. No. It's really zen. Like
what, puking or?
No, like, but when you first get into it, like if you can hold on to the sides, which you're not supposed to do, right? So you stay still, you can just lie there and you can hear the music and it's like really good.
Okay.
Yeah. It's in Songkwan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Get a watch strap and then get some flotation going.
Right. So, a lot of people, might not be aware you collaborated with Fendi last year, right? Yeah. So can you explain what you did with them?
Okay, wait. Cause it
like was
two parts.
Yeah.
Actually, it started with, Design Miami. So 2018, it was their 10th year anniversary that they created this bag called the Peekaboo. Mm-hmm. And then I was one of 5 designers from the world to do our concept on it. Mm-hmm. I think there was like Spain, Miami, Japan, Korea, and China.
Okay.
And then Sylvia herself. So I created the China edition for it's like an art piece almost.
Okay.
But it's just tours around.
Yeah.
It goes around. It's like a nice showcase.
Okay.
And then of course I became very close with the team and the Fendi family. Like everyone was just super super nice. And then there was a project in Chengdu, which is where the pandas are from. Then we discussed about creating a original character, which is a panda, called Fendidi. So Fendidi. Didi means little brother.
Yeah.
So that's where we started with this whole IP project. And we made animations for it. We did like a nice installation. So it's like a storyline that's continuing, and it's meant to be warm, about family, about coming together, having fun, like not taking life too seriously. So all the characters have their own kind of personalities if you look at them.
Yeah.
And then it should grow over time. You'll see more and more of them, maybe here and there.
So how many characters is there like established, and how what was the thought process to create these sort of images or meanings?
So there's 4 at the moment. Fendidi is actually the father. So funny enough, it's the big guy.
It's a panda, right?
Yeah.
He didn't actually
new to
say.
this, sorry, yeah.
He's actually a panda. It's a
Right.
plush toy.
Right.
Like it's a plush toy, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He actually gave me one like a couple of days ago. I was supposed to give it to one of his friends, and I kind of kept it for myself. And then, like, as soon as I was, because I couldn't fit it in my bag, so I was just carrying it. And this girl, she was like, "Oh, that's really cool." And I just knew where it was going. I was just straight up, "You're not having it."
Lies.
Give it to her.
I was like, "You're not having it." Sorry.
Lies.
No.
Dan.
Well, basically, she wasn't that hot.
Dan
So
basically.
I was like,
Yeah.
no benefit, cost reward, not there. So
Yeah.
Good strategy. That is.
I was like,
Yeah.
lies. He probably milked it. It's like, is she skinny? No. No.
well, obviously, I still milked it, but then
Yeah.
at the end, I'm like, "Yeah, you're not having it."
Wait,
You
so
kept
what
it though, right?
what
I
happened
kept it,
to
yeah.
the big one? There was a big panda,
Oh yeah.
right?
The big panda was it started from Chengdu, and
Yeah.
it's meant to tour the world. So,
Yeah.
but COVID hit us, so everything's on pause at
Okay.
the moment. But it will. You'll see it pop up here and there.
Okay.
We'll see. There's a whole bunch of stuff planned.
Nice.
Hashtag it. Hashtag.
Yeah.
No, I think it's very cool.
Fendidi.
Like when I saw it, I thought it was cool. I actually wanted one, but I didn't know Oscar that well, like at the time, and I only knew him through Austin, so I didn't really want to like ask for it. But it is cool, and the way it's branded, it's got on his belly, it's got the Fendi logos, and it's got also Oscar's own signature, which is kind of like these eye things, like this.
Yeah,
this
it's like
mask.
2W. Yeah. Oh, the
Yeah.
mask, the signature.
Yeah,
the
so
mask.
it's a pretty cool toy to have, and you just know that kind of toy. It's probably trading at premiums or something.
Yeah.
You know, you just know it's going to be resold, right? Not that I'm going to resell it, but yeah, it's kind of cool.
Very
And I think
cool.
it does like really well to match a brand
Yeah.
with the younger generation.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
You
definitely.
really bridged it really well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all about connecting through the digital platforms, the
Yeah.
social media platforms, and having something physical. So when people see it, they resonate with the character.
Do you feel any pressure, like working with these really big brands? I mean, you said your first project was Beats, right? And then now it's like Fendi. Do you never walk in the room and think, "Why am I here?"
Oh, I don't know. Never thought of that. So
Okay,
yeah, it's
that's
a
cool.
Interesting question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So never
Yeah.
think. Maybe because of my upbringing,
Yeah.
everything just seems very normal to me.
Yeah.
So nothing really wows me or shocks me. Like even
Yeah.
whoever I meet, or
Yeah.
even though they might be like extremely famous or
Yeah.
super powerful, but to me it just feels like they're just like a human.
Yeah.
So
At the end of the day, they're human.
if they have
Yeah.
a conversation they would like to talk to me about, and I am a so-called expert, then they should probably be listening to me anyways.
Yeah.
So I usually, if I don't know what they're talking about, I just don't talk.
No,
Yeah.
that is the right attitude, right? You
Yeah.
shouldn't. Yeah. Okay, so we know you have. This is open, right? Joe's Pizza. Is
Yeah,
it
it is,
open?
yeah.
Okay, so you have Joe's Pizza and a new ramen place in Shanghai.
Yeah, and yeah, not new, but it's been around, but
Okay.
not. It's been closed and then now it's reopened.
Okay, so why did you do pizza? Like, is it one of your favorite foods to eat?
You love the carbs, hey?
Yeah, just love gaining weight. You know, I was just trying to get as fat as I could. I'm not fat, by the way, guys.
We all have those dark times. Pizza does help.
Yeah, I definitely gained quite a bit when we first opened. No, so my business partner Adrian, he's very passionate about this brand.
Okay.
And he brought it from New York.
Yeah.
So he spent a lot of time with the family, and he actually worked there and tried to speak to them about bringing the brand over.
Right.
That's how it started, and then in between, I joined, and then I believed in the brand too, because I liked the whole concept of the family-owned style and having it in street corners, being a neighborhood spot. But in China, it's such a big market. We thought that it could be rebranded a little bit, have the same spirit, but showcase some of that New York lifestyle.
So is that a franchise as well with this piece?
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
It's a master franchise, so we have the license to do it in Asia.
Okay.
So we're starting from Shanghai, and then technically it should be rolling out.
Okay.
Yeah, because actually I think I read somewhere that pizza was actually one of the most eaten food as well, which I found quite peculiar, but it was meant to be like the one that's most accessible globally and universally accepted.
Oh, definitely.
Just globally, right?
Yeah, globally, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure about China, and I'm not sure if there's many stores in China. Actually.
Dude, China even has like Caesar, like they have durian pizza.
Yeah.
Like they have like whatever you can think of. They've just gone one level up, I think.
Well, I can't say there's like Joe's Pizza aside. I live in Shanghai, right? And obviously, Oscar, you spend a lot of time in Shanghai too, right? Their pizza generally isn't that good. I'm not talking about Joe's Pizza, right? I'm just generally across the board.
Can you just clarify that again?
Joe's Pizza is very good.
Joe's Pizza is good. Yeah. I mean, I actually quite like home slice as well, right? But the general level isn't very good. I think it's because of the cheese or something, yeah, and the actual bread.
The flour, usually it's the flour. That's the secret.
So, I mean, we had this conversation with someone in Hong Kong. Yeah, Zoe from Watchbox. She's from New York. She's a real New Yorker, I think, right? She's like, there's no good pizza here. Yeah. So
we actually drove around a couple of days ago trying to look for these pizza spots, and we couldn't find any in Hong Kong.
Paisano's.
Yeah,
have you tried
about this one?
Dude,
have you tried that one?
Sucks shit. Dude, no, that's like good like after clubbing. Like if you want like no, you still gotta go like what is it called? Motorinos, like on Wan Chai, Chuck, in Landmark.
Oh, she knows that stuff.
No, but it's like it's not so good. Yeah,
pizza, sorry, truffle pizza.
It's not so good. Like you eat it and you can't wait to go back. It's just like, okay, if I have to eat pizza, I'll just go there.
Actually, I haven't had pizza for 5 months. Thinking of it.
Guys, let's do it.
Let's go to Chuck then. We'll have truffle pizza. Fancy,
What's it? KFC and pizza.
Yeah. Dan, you were in F&B, right?
Yeah.
Do you have anything? Do you think the kind of like hardship or like problems that you encountered in Shanghai are very similar to probably what he's saying? Basically, like not being able to find the right ingredients and everything.
No.
Okay.
Because I feel like in F&B, increasingly nowadays, food is obviously a very important part. But the whole concept and how it's executed, the whole marketing strategy, the whole service and all that kind of stuff, right? That plays more than actually the food. There's other components. I'm just saying like Instagram, right? And when you have someone like the landscape of China in like Dazhong Dianping and all this kind of stuff, it's totally different. If you don't know that side, you're not going to do it. So when things don't go well, right? You start analyzing why. Yeah. So it makes you really sharp, right? When things go well, you kind of don't get so sharp. It does actually make you slightly complacent. But when it wasn't going well, I was like, so after the project finished, I really sat down and thought, what did I learn from this? And I just learned that I was very ill prepared. Well, why was I ill prepared? Oh, because I lacked these things. And then I was like, okay, I'm not doing it. Right. Main thing I lacked, to be fair, was the passion to do it. And that's why I just couldn't really see it through.
Yeah.
Right. But the Joe's Pizza, if you see it, the whole vibe is really good. So I don't know if that's down to Oscar, but that whole concept, you feel, it's on it, you know?
And you should bring it to Hong Kong as well now then.
Yeah, that was the plan actually.
Oh,
But,
okay, read your mind then.
we had to we had to delay the process. We were gonna do it in Hong Kong next, but
Nice.
currently we're still.
If you stick it
strategizing.
to where, I won't say where she lives, Long Long lives, but
Around the area?
yeah, you'll be fine.
No, it's
Yeah.
like if you need someone to test out the quality, like daily,
daily-
Yeah,
daily QC.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Or you know how sometimes you have like the rubbish outside, and you know you need to chuck out the extra bits you can't use.
Yeah.
If you ever see like an open mouth next to the rubbish bin, it might be her.
Okay.
Are you going to do those late night dollar pizza things as well, like what they do in the US?
Oh, just trying to get rid of the
Yeah.
stock, right?
And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you
yeah.
see
Okay.
Yeah.
Alex there,
And I'll be there in the last minute. I'll be like, all right.
You guys let me know where
I'll
you
take
live.
that.
Oh my god, we wear these watches and we're so tight.
That is why we are tight.
yeah, we are.
All right, let's go into watches for a bit. What was the last piece that you bought?
The last. Okay, first of all, I gotta clarify. I'm not a watch
Yeah.
enthusiast. I'm just starting to enter this
That's cool.
This
Yeah,
realm.
That's fine. Yeah.
because of Horolope.
Uh-huh.
Horolope.
The last one I bought must have been the 15500 or something from AP. Just the
Plain
normal
blue. Yeah.
plain
Blue
blue.
dial steel. Yeah.
I have a China edition,
Mm-hmm.
so I guess that's coming up.
That's cool.
What am I looking at?
How do you pick these watches?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just ask Austin, and then I also look at it because he has them. So I like.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I like it. And then
Yeah.
I'll-
Because obviously you're in design, so
Yeah,
lot
I
of,
have a-
yeah.
I'm thinking to myself what my particular taste is because I keep thinking about this when I look at watches. I haven't started. Like, is there like a particular beige or cream color that I want to be known for in the watch industry? I kind of think about these things because of course, the watches I'm picking are the harder ones.
Yeah.
But I think that there's a particular look that is starting to get my attention.
Resonate with
Yeah.
Yeah, which is like kind of dark gray, light gray, or the beige white. You know, that type of color tone.
you. And are you just AP?
AP, Rolex, maybe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at some Rolexes.
What about like Patek?
I don't know. There's maybe just a Nautilus.
Oh, okay.
But some of my friends been showing me like the ones with the emerald, the
Yeah.
ones with the rubies.
Yeah.
He has the all iced out one as well.
Mm.
I like those too. I think
Yeah.
that's like kind of like a statement
Yeah,
piece
in your
when you
face,
wanna
yeah.
when you wanna flex or
Yeah.
something. But also the
Yeah.
frosted gold, I kind of just feel like shit. That's kind of dope too. You
Yeah.
know, the AP frosted gold one.
Yeah.
There's stuff that's kind of making me excited now. Like I think about watches sometimes,
Yeah.
which I never
Yeah.
used to. But the China edition I actually really like as well. I think that
Yeah.
the weight or I was at Richard Mille 2 days ago as well,
Yeah.
just hanging out with my uncle
Yeah.
because he likes to shop.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just looking at some stuff, and I was like, maybe couldn't imagine myself.
What's the reason you can't imagine yourself wearing RM?
I just think it's what everybody is rocking,
Yeah.
and it's like almost like a sign or a statement
Yeah, yeah.
of wealth, which
Yeah.
I don't like to
Yeah.
be
Flaunt.
flaunt. Yeah,
Okay.
I like watches. I think people who know will know anyways,
Yeah.
but I rather keep it low key, not do too much of
Well, I
it.
definitely think that your choices are quite. You have been thinking because we can mention what he's wearing today, right?
Yeah.
For someone that's entered into the watch space, it's not really a watch that you would assume that he would wear quickly, like adopt quickly, because it's not a well-known piece. It's a vintage piece, which is an AP perpetual, right?
Mhm.
But it's not in the Royal Oak shape. It's in the
Round
round
case.
case,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Which I think, the way you've got it on today with the white strap is just like completely nice, man.
Yeah,
Really good piece.
I'm kind of digging lately I've been digging the t-shirt and the vintage look because I think that's gonna pick up.
Do you do subconsciously? But the colors I see you wearing beige and white, the watch matches it very well. Is that something that you kind of do naturally, or is it you actually think about doing that?
I think it's my mood. It's something I can't explain. Like, I just feel like beige and white has been something that I've been very comfortable with, and it has like a slight hint of sophistication, which I like in terms of the color matching. Because I used to be all black. I used to be
like Austin, basically. You got
but way more fashionable.
That's why you changed the white, right? He ruined it for you.
Yeah,
Right?
no, because if he wears white, he'll be like double the size. So I gotta stick it to.
Do you know what? You should get him and just get him to wear a T-shirt that says Joe's Pizza, man, in white.
Oh, that's coming up. Now I'm doing a collab with a famous designer.
Cool.
So Joe's Pizza will be launching.
Hey, don't forget me with
a
that
super
T-shirt, man.
get me
cool
one, please,
collabo.
as well, please.
Yeah.
Nice.
We will love that. We'll rock that. We'll rock that on the next podcast when we get it. Yeah, we'll rock that
Joe's
shit.
collab.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's gonna be hot. It'll be a charity play, but
Nice.
we want to be donating in New York and Shanghai. So
Yeah.
when that's ready, I'll definitely send you guys something.
Very cool.
Cool, man. Thank you.
You obviously said your influence with liking AP is because of Austin, right? Like you see someone wear it, that's always around you, and it kind of like rubs off on you.
And I've met so many AP people.
Yeah.
And the founders, the family,
Yeah.
they're just like super solid people.
Yeah.
So I just click with them. I also met other watch brand
Yeah.
people and
Yeah.
genuinely like them, but I can't click sometimes. It's
Okay.
like the conversation is different, which is interesting because behind the scenes there's so much action going on
Yeah.
that I think most audiences probably wouldn't think of. Because at the end of the day, it's a product that the consumers are looking at.
Yeah.
But when you get to meet the creators or the founders,
Yeah.
they all have stories and passion and they have their own favorite watches too. Even though they own like AP, for example,
yeah.
they have their own favorite.
Yeah, the people
brands.
at the top actually
Yeah.
like watches. So
Yeah.
they don't just confine themselves to a particular brand. It's where you get lower, maybe that they low in the management chain, that you do find that maybe that passion doesn't always run true. But I have a really interesting question because you worked with Fendi. You kind of did a really successful marketing campaign with Fendi and which targeted the young generation. Watch brands now, they want that young generation, right? But they obviously have this particular brand profile. What would you do to kind of get into that crowd, young generation? What would you do?
I would make sure. I mean, watches in my mind right now is probably the pinnacle of luxury. They've positioned themselves very well, and it's been ongoing for all these years. And I don't think it'll go away. Like, it's not, you can't substitute it. I think if they want to attract the younger audience, they would have to start by having a younger team. That's just the basics of I think how you can relate. Because if you're at a certain price point anyways, it's going to be difficult for most people to relate to. It's more like an aspiration. But I think that through other small product pieces, just like these headphones, for example, it's something relatable. But obviously, your ultimate goal is to acquire a piece.
Maybe more lifestyle products.
Yeah, a little bit of that, not too much, just a little bit.
So I've got a curious point because I know for fashion, especially, celebrity endorsements play a very big part. How do you feel about celebrity endorsements in watches?
Because I'm in the business, I have to say that it's the easiest way to do things. You're not stepping out of the box. You got money, then you're gonna throw it down and just hire someone. Obviously, I don't want to affect other people's business too, because I'm in it. But I want to be truthful, and I think that just if the celebrity isn't creative enough to create other lines revolving the campaign, then hire somebody to make that happen. Because celebrities aren't the most creative at times, but they're influential. So use that plus something else with a creative team to extend that connection to the audience.
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes when you just have a celeb and it's just the easy thing to do, and you just feel like, okay, they've just literally just stuck his face there.
Yeah.
And then what is that actually saying about anything? Yes, it might grab your eyes when you see the billboard and you see the watch next to him, so you actually see the watch. But, you know...
You get bored of it.
Yeah.
And when you see that face so often, you actually get sick of it. Like, there's some faces that I look at and I'm just like, oh, shit, I won't name anyone, but...
But I think there was one celebrity I would.
I thought you put your hand up for your own face.
No, don't be silly. I was to get one. It'd be like Keanu Reeves or someone that you think, you know what, he's really cool. Whatever he has, I want to take it as well. No, but there are some people that do. Like, I'm not giving an example. Let's say Justin Bieber. You know, if he was like the face of one brand, I might be like, But if it was like Keanu Reeves and the face of that same brand, you might think, oh, okay, I might be interested now.
Because you have that, you know, the problem with social media and celebrity is you lack the sense of mystery now with people's faces, and everything is so open. The reason why Alex likes Keanu Reeves is probably because he's just more mysterious, and you don't see him that often, but he's famous, so it creates that sense of interest when you see that face. Like he did Saint Laurent, and I like a small campaign or something, and I was like, I don't know if it was a campaign, but I was like, oh wow, interesting. It caught my eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I spoke to our mutual friend, Fed Tan, right? And I asked him the same kind of question, and I think his I put him on the spot, and like I just did with you. And what he said, I actually really 100% agreed with, which was, okay, you have it's aspirational, it's not for everybody at that price point. Right, but even in that kind of group, there are many different types of people, right? And if you just stick with one person, it might resonate with this group, but might not resonate with another group, right? And the thing with KOLs is something we've just said is that you know straight up they've been paid for. You see their face all the time. Do they actually know or care about the brand? Maybe, maybe not, right? The consumer now is very aware of this. I was thinking, you know, having different kind of actual collectors that cater to a certain demographic, but you have more than just one, right? And then because they collect watches, they actually come across more neutral, right? Because they, like you said, they don't just maybe collect a certain brand, they collect a full range. Then they might have a personal backstory, which is because you don't see them, they're not a celebrity. The one, they're more relatable, and two, you're intrigued to find out who is that person. Yeah.
I think, the new term is KOC, right? Like, instead of being the KOL who looks like they get paid, it's to influence the people surrounding you. I have the G-Shocks, the Casios, the Grand Seikos. I have all those that I wear actually very often as well. But, I sometimes feel like the vanity is too strong. So people feel like they have to present themselves as that, but actually, rocking a Casio is pretty sick, And I see the collabs my friends do. I have a few friends who's already done their collabs, and dude, it looks amazing. Some of the stuff that they're doing, and it's reviving the young audience in liking these brands.
Let's say G-Shocks have been particularly successful in doing that with their multiple, your Neighborhood, Bape, Mastermind. Just by doing something so simple, just keeps that brand relevant and fresh.
Yeah, super fun, and I think it should appeal to everybody.
Well, I think if you're gonna use celebrity endorsements, that's fine, right? But you gotta do it in a subtle way. So you gotta, obviously, I think a lot of these rappers and basketball players, maybe they're getting sponsored, right, to wear RMs and everything, but I can scroll through Instagram and be like, hey, Travis Scott is wearing open-worked, right? I would rather that than like Travis Scott on the poster and then me being like, okay, he's obviously paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Travis Scott is wearing a smaller size, which is more unusual. I think it's a nice touch. Like, if you're just a skinny or shorter guy, then just, wear something that fits you. Just be more confident with your watches. I think it's just cool, it's meant to be part of your look, so you can rock whatever you want.
All right, let's should we move on? Is there anything else that you collect?
Art,
art, sneakers.
Not really. In
Okay.
that sense, I'm quite boring. But I'm into art. I mean, I
Okay.
look at a lot of art,
Mm-hmm.
but I wait for the right time to acquire certain things.
All right.
And it's just like watches. I
Mhm.
think that's already one new hobby,
Yeah.
and it's already too much for me. I have to think about it so much.
Are you into Chaowan?
What's that?
You know, wanju,
Paws and
Oh,
toys.
Yes and no. I have a lot of toys. I do. My office is just packed with.
Yeah, because I've been to your office, man.
Yeah, it's just packed with toys, but I'm also selling a lot of them now. I just don't feel as connected to it. Like, I'd probably rather buy a piece of art or
Mhm.
something like that. But I also like seeing all these young individual artists pop up from around the world. So I think I'm going to be more focused on that wave before it becomes like the trend again. Taiwan is already picking up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'd rather be like...
It's very expensive
pick
now.
up. Yeah, now it's
To
very
get into it,
expensive.
Yeah.
And it takes up a lot of space. You got to keep the boxes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
gotta
it-
keep the boxes.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
fabrics and everything.
Yeah.
all that
Oh,
stuff. Yeah. it's-
Wow.
Box and papers.
I have,
Boxes,
I have-
yeah.
Oh yeah, the papers
Same.
as well.
No, I have a friend that's got a whole house. It's just full of them. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't live in that house. It's so full, and he just puts all the stuff there. And
Yeah.
some of it he buys, and he just doesn't even open. And he
Mm.
buys two, he buys three of it.
Yeah.
You know. Sourcing that stuff from reliable is like really key, obviously. But the prices those things command.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, it's just the authentication that's the biggest issue.
Yeah.
Because a lot of factories are in China, so sometimes people just make an extra
Yeah.
X amount of units. But that's gonna be the future, the authentication for toys.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's not hard, right? I mean, you can put in chips and whatever.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
scan it. Yeah.
But it just has to be. Everybody has to do
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Or
Yeah.
else you can't sustain.
What do you do in your downtime? Because we know, well, Dan mentioned something about you hiking or waking up for walks and stuff.
Yes, yes. So I've been doing it for a month,
Uh-huh.
and we get up like 6:30 every morning.
Mm-hmm.
We head out, start running at 7:30 till 8:30 till 9, or
Wow.
like 5 kilometers every day.
Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes, no, not very often, 10.
Okay.
It's just a new lifestyle I'm trying to adapt to.
Very
Getting
cool.
up early,
Yeah.
getting a lot more work done,
Mhm.
and then by 9 o'clock you're exhausted, so
Yeah.
it's like super healthy, and you kind of want to pass out.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that vibe, but because I have nightclub businesses,
Yeah.
it's becoming a little tougher because I got to check on some stuff at night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Should we do quick fire?
Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
Fire?
You do it.
On me? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So just quick 5 questions. Sneakers or caps?
Sneakers.
Okay. What is? I mean, you're rocking the Sakai's, the Nike Sakai's at the moment, right?
Yeah.
The what they call triple whites or something.
Yeah,
I think that's
something like that.
something like that. Right? I got the triple blacks.
Okay.
Yeah. Are they your like favorite kind of sneaker right now, or do you like Yeezys or other stuff, Jordans or?
Cause I'm friends with the brand, so I really like their design and the whole team.
Yeah.
I mean, they're very modern, and they're very innovative in terms of materials and shapes and everything, and it's very comfortable. So for me right now is about looking fashionable, trendy, but also having that comfort aspect. The big reason why I had issues wearing suits back in the day was because I didn't feel as comfortable, or maybe I wasn't feeling comfortable because of either the product or because I don't feel comfortable looking like I'm a suit guy. But I can pull a suit off. But I
Yeah, don't
think
worry.
if the
You look
comfort
good.
aspect is there, I would totally rock it more often. Yeah.
Okay. Favorite genre of music?
Hip hop.
Right. Any particular artist?
J. Cole lately. I mean, it varies, but I've been listening to J. Cole a lot
Right.
recently.
Ramen or pizza?
Ooh. Pizza.
Do both.
Pizza. Ramen pizza.
Joe Pizza.
Ramen
You need to do one.
pizza.
You need to do one.
There's
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
a thing
It's a
called
thing.
the ramen burger.
Yeah.
There's a ramen
It's a
burger.
thing.
Have you?
Oh, you
not
need to
heard
make
of
that then. Okay,
I'll do ramen pizza.
Pizza. Between the ramen.
Yeah, just lay it on.
All right, do that then. Okay.
Collaboration coming up.
Right. Spending time alone or spending time with friends?
With friends. Yeah, I like to hang out with people.
Yeah.
Extroverted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no hair on your head.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, that's a long way of saying bald, right? Would you prefer to be bald or have a hairy body?
Bald.
You can shave, you know. So if you have
I
you
would
can just shave.
I would so prefer to have hair, man, on my head.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I just
No,
think
I would have no hair.
Yeah, because imagine shaving your body all the time.
Whack your whole body
okay,
and your
so-
back and.
Okay,
And I know some
just wanna
hairy
say that just
people.
so- I clearly don't have that problem, so
Yeah, I know
don't
some
know.
hairy people, and it looks really bad.
right. Sports watches or dress watches?
I'm wearing a dress watch, but I'll say sports watch.
Okay. Famous people you hope never to meet again.
I can't. Yeah, I can't say.
Go on, you say one. Can you hint? Don't say who he is. Hint.
Alex.
No, I'm not a celebrity,
Yeah.
so it doesn't
That
matter.
Daniel.
fat boy horror loop.
Horror loop.
Yeah, horror loop.
Austin Chu.
Yeah, Austin Chu. Right. Favorite place to eat in Hong Kong?
KFC.
No. I've been eating a lot of Han Fat in Dai Lam Lo, but it's like a morning spot. I actually really enjoy it.
What is that?
What is that?
It's just
just
normal
asking me.
breakfast stuff. It's
eggs and
like
eggs and toast.
eggs. Yeah. You got the
Beans,
dosi.
toast.
You have the ngao gan fan. It's very Hong Kong. It's very.
That sounds really good, man.
It's in some Bo. I've been and it's close to me, so I like that spot.
Okay. How about Shanghai?
Shanghai. Maybe for food.
Yeah.
Hulu.
Hulu Sushi.
I'm
yeah.
a big fan of that place. It's
Yeah.
just a very small joint, but super private, convenient. Again, close to me. I like things that are convenient. Core, obviously, part of it. So I love the food there. Actually, it's incredible.
Yeah, I've yet to go.
Yeah,
So core.
when you're back, the food is now fully ready. So
Yeah.
we're open for dinner. It's good.
And Hulu is.
Hulu is omakase.
Yeah, it's good, man. Like.
And the price.
Yeah,
Like,
the price
I
was-
like places that
Price for what it is
reasonable.
like really good in the sixth place, but the vibe of that place
Yeah, it's like
is
7 seats.
yeah,
and
it's like 6-7 seats. You'll love it. Right, last one. Where can our listeners find you on social media?
I just Instagram, I guess, Mr. Oscar Wang.
Mr.
That's
Oscar
my,
Wang. I kind of took your Mr. and I called myself
Oh,
Mr. My name.
Yeah.
oh really?
Like, yeah.
Okay.
Because I actually changed my profile to private.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
I didn't
then
know.
I thought I changed the name as well, so then go
Yeah.
a bit invisible.
Mr. Invisible, you should put,
Mr.
change it to
Invisible.
Mr. Invisible.
Right. All right. Let's wrap it up. Thank you again for doing this.
No problem.
We have fun, Dan.
Yeah, I hope you
learned
enjoyed
some-
it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I
super
did learn a lot more about you than I did previously.
Thank
yeah.
you.
I just want to put out there again, if you need people to taste the quality of your pizza. All right. Thanks, guys.
No, thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Oscar. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Waiting List podcast. Hit the subscribe button and the next episode will come straight to your phone as soon as it's ready. Whilst I'm here, please remember to leave a nice review and follow us on Instagram at the Waiting List podcast.